Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel again. This time we are going to be testing out my Doms Aqua 12 shades of watercolor pencils. As the box mentions, there are 12 shades, one color pencil sharpener, one artist brush, and if you buy another variant you'll get a brush pen that is an empty water brush pen along with something else, I don't remember, but that will cost you more. As you can see, you can write your name on the pencil. And I had bought this a long time ago in a nearby shop at rupees 120 as the MRP states. And let's set it aside and look at the colors themselves. So as you can see, there are 12 shades, there's a brush and there's a free sharpener in the box. And in my previous poster color painting video, I've actually used this brush, and now we are going to test out all the colors on my Askprints sketchbooks, which is not made for wet media. As I've already mentioned, it is a dry media book, so we'll have to see how it holds up against water that we are going to apply after using the color pencils. And let's start with the black color. So what I'll do is I'll start with a darker shade on the above and then slowly make it into a lighter shade. So I'm going to sketch all these colors. So one by one I'm going to be shading all the 12 colors on this paper so that later on I can add some water and spread it out and show you how the darker and lighter shades of those colors can be achieved by using water and the brush. Now as I have done shading those pencils in with the dry media, now I'm going to be adding some water to them to see how they are going to hold up. So as I'm staying in my home right now, I'll be using water in just a normal cup. There is no artistic stuff here. So let's move on with coloring them. Actually, there was some residual paint from the last poster color painting that I did, so let me clean it off. Make sure you clean them off so that there is no mix of color shades in between. Let's start with the pink one, and as you can see, the shade turns out to be darker once you apply water to it. It might not be visible for some colors when they are just in their pencil form, but for a few colors it actually pops up once you apply water. So this is a pastel kind of effect you can get from these color pencils even though you don't have any pastel colors, and on watercolor paper these will result in really good shades if you want to add multiple layers of dark and light. For example, while you're shading some tree leaves, or you don't want to leave any empty white backgrounds in any of your paintings. If you use vertical strokes over the horizontal strokes of the pencil, it's going to break the flow and it will not look good. So make sure when you're using the color pencils itself, you decide the direction of shade that you're going to use so that your brush strokes are also in the same direction as well. Now that we are done with adding water to all the pencil shades of the colors, the effect of water can be seen on the other side of the paper because this is a dry media paper and you need watercolor grade paper to use these shades. And unlike the alcoholic markers, there's not much of a visible change, but it's still weak. I'll tell you how it's going to affect, because once you add the water and change them, it is still wet and it is going to remain for some time, and you can't use the pencil again to add darker lines over it. So instead of using pencils like a hard medium over it, I suggest you use brush pens or some color pens over it so that you don't end up tearing your paper. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked the walkthrough of my 12 shades of Dom color pencils, watercolor pencils, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll be using them to make an actual art piece. Like, share and subscribe, and cheers, and I'll see you in the next video.